Last episode, we had a visit from our good friend Foxy and built a limestone factory in our industrial mining town. This time, we jump in the kitchen to restock our food supplies, we make some chocolates, and then we add a brand new building to the mining town to automate production of SCORIA. But in order to make that possible, we are going to need to do some exploring because I want to make this building using a lot of mud bricks. And, well, we don't have any mud at the moment. Plus, it's a good excuse to take Dill out for some exercise and to do a bit more exploring. But before we do that, I need to sort this out. My jetpack keeps dying, and it turns out you can actually enchant the jetpack with the normal kind of chest plate enchants, so I do want to try and get unbreaking, mending, and maybe even a little bit of protection on this thing. And it looks like you can actually enchant the jetpack directly, which is great, but those actual enchants are terrible. So we're going to have to go through some books, and we're going to have to get some more levels. But thanks to our mob farm, we've got plenty of XP here. We've got, like, well, loads in there. But not only that, we've also got all of these as well. However, I want to make use of these, and I think we can make ourselves a little shower here. So if I put a mechanical pump there, a cog there, and a handle next to it, in theory... Yeah, look at that. So let's just drown ourselves in experience. Oh, this is wonderful. And it looks like we've barely even used any. Right, let's get this thing sorted. Oh, protection 4. Wonderful. Oh, we also got unbreaking 3. And thorns. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. I don't normally like thorns, but that'll do. So I didn't need all those levels after all. But with unbreaking and protection on it, I guess the only thing we need to do now... Ow. Let's put the jetpack back on and go over to the village. Let's go see Renee. As you can tell by the amount of levels I absorbed, I expected that to take a lot longer. Now, where's Renee hiding? Aha, there you are. And I brought more books with me this time, so let's just buy as many as we can. Thank you kindly. So let's apply mending to this. Stash all these ones away. And if we use our shower again... Oh, wow, that healed exceptionally quickly. Amazing. So now we're ready for an adventure, and I have been playing around with the nature's compass, and if we head over to our mining town, there's a mangrove swamp about 4,000 blocks from there. So we'll take a trip out to Stone Peaks and set off from there. And as the train's here, let's take this. So from here, if we do a search for a mangrove swamp, it is in that direction. Almost 5,000 blocks. But it's okay, we've got plenty of fuel, and more importantly... we have our good friend Dill. We're going on an adventure, buddy! So we travelled for 4,000 uneventful blocks, we found the mangrove swamp, and then we found a bigger one just around the corner. So we snatched up loads of mud, promptly realised we could have actually made this at home after all, but we'll get to that in a minute. Made a near-fatal mistake when attacking a tiger, found a bunch of hay bales some villagers had just left lying around in the middle of, well, their village, and killed a whole lot of animals to restock my meat supplies. And then I only had to wait a brief moment to get the train home. Well, I made it back safely, and you'll be pleased to know Dill has also made it back safely. And the thing that I remembered while I was over at the swamp is that we did actually use mud blocks before. I think it was on our timber building, maybe? And we built this little thing down here, which if I remove that block there, that should fill up with water. And if I just chuck in a bunch of dirt, that's just going to mix up mud for us. And although it is slow, it's definitely faster than traveling on a 10,000 block round trip.
Ha-ha, you fool! You fell victim to one of the classic blunders.
So, yeah, we did a nice little bit of travelling, but we didn't really need to. But the good thing is, while we were travelling, I did do a little bit of hunting, which means we've got some more things we can make some meals out of, and I really need to make some meals. So to begin with, I've cooked up some chicken, we've got some baked potatoes. Oh, look at that, we've got some mutton chops left over as well. And if we get ourselves some bread, eggs, carrots, and onions, we can make some roast chicken. So, bread, eggs, carrots, onions. Oh, and we need some bowls as well. But, look at that, we can make 16 roast chickens. Ah, they don't stack. That's fine, it just means we have to plate some up. We'll make this nice and easy and just do it as floor chicken. It's fine. We can even stack the floor chickens. And then do a quick bit of this, turn it all into bowls. Oh, we get bone meal as well. That's actually a really cool decoration. We'll have to remember that next time we do a house or something similar. I think we'll save the cooked mutton chips for a future meal, and we're going to make some spaghetti and meatballs, I think, which is fairly straightforward. We should have all of that. So that, and that. And I think I'm going to make some kangaroo burgers as well, just because I can. So let's get that cooking, and we're probably going to need a little bit more bread. And I know it would have been much more efficient to grind this down, turn it into dough, and then cook it, but I wanted bread in a hurry, clearly. So let's make up these kangaroo burgers. Nice and easy. And it looks like our pasta with meatballs is done as well. So I have a variety of food sorted. We've got all of our packed mud, and everything else we need should already be over there in our airship. So I think after we grab a little bit of iron, we should be good to go.
About time.
So I've got a bunch of building materials, including my faithful girders, and I think I'm going to start this build down here. So the farm we're putting into it is essentially the same kind of, well, mechanically, it's exactly the same as the limestone farm, except instead of honey, we're going to be using chocolate, and that will make SCORIA for us. And what I want to do is put a building up here and just have it kind of overhanging, I think. So we'll probably put some kind of structure here somewhere, maybe. probably using girders, and then we're going to hold up the side of a building. The train's going to come underneath and fill up from above. But as usual, the first thing we need to do is to build out some kind of a foundation, and I think I'm just going to mark something out here and give us something to work from. Something that sort of size should work, but what we need to do is work out how it's actually all going to connect. So how's this going to be held up? What's going to be holding it up? And all that sort of stuff. So we'll start by just sticking in a column of girders here and do the same on that side. And I think maybe one in the middle as well because, well, it's quite big, isn't it? Let's be honest, it's going to need lots of support. And I think what I might do is actually put in another floor here. So let's pick a spot maybe here somewhere. Oh, actually, we should measure it with the train. Let's grab the train. So we want to make sure that the train can fit under it. So if we were to do it about there, that sort of height should be absolutely fine. So that's looking like a fairly solid structure that the train can easily fit underneath. Now let's sort out this additional floor down here. So I think once we've got the shape of this bit, it's going to make the top a lot easier to work out, or at least that's the hope. And we'll make this lower level out of acacia, and it's literally just going to be an orange box for now. We can sort out all the detail later. I think this could work quite nicely, actually. Those orange bricks don't actually stand out too much. They kind of got the same look and feel of these, but they fit in with the biome area as well. So yep, we're going to stick with that. And then for the building itself, we're going to make use of packed mud, maybe out to somewhere like this, maybe a couple more blocks. So maybe something like that, but that tuff has really got to go. I think we should replace that with more of this, maybe. Yeah, definitely looks better with the spruce. So let's quickly swap out the rest of that. So I'm going to see if I can work out the rest of this shape. I'm probably going to stick another small building out the side here. And I don't know, I'll figure out something for the front here as well. And of course, we need to sort out the roof. We may even go up another floor. Probably not on the whole thing. We could put like a top balcony type thing in here maybe. Or maybe even just a slopey roof. But either way, I'm going to mess around with this for a little bit longer. And once it's looking a bit better, I'll bring you back in. Some great progress on the build. I really like the shape of this, and I think the colours work quite well together as well. And, well, we've got way more space than we're going to need for this tiny little farm, but that's not what's important, is it? At least it looks good. So that covers these two floors here, but we do, of course, still have the floor down here, which doesn't actually have a floor, so I guess it's just a hole. So I think the next step would actually be to get a proper floor in here, and we're probably going to dig out some of this cliff as well, just to make a bit of space so we can get some stairs in, and then hopefully from there, we can start figuring out the farm, and of course, doing all the texturing and stuff. But considering this hasn't even got windows yet, I'm pretty pleased with how it's looking. There we go, we have a floor in, and well, this will be the area where we kind of distribute everything down to the train, but we'll figure that out a bit later. For now, I think what I actually want to do is maybe sort out the outside of these buildings a little bit more. So we need to get some windows in, we need to get some texture, I need to get some light. There we go, much better. So, as I was saying, I need to get some texture in on all of these things. I need to get some windows in. And that goes for all sides of the building. And I'd like to get some more walls up out the front here as well, because I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do with the yard area yet. But just some walls for now will help at least get my brain thinking. But if I'm messing about with little details, you know what that means. Is what I'm talking about. That is looking well cool. So I've used some oak window panes, we've got our texture in, you can see the stairs and the girders and things going on inside, and I'm slowly sinking. Ah, okay, low ground level. That makes sense. And from this side as well, it's looking pretty cool. We've got our sort of foot entrance here. We're going to have some storage yards. I might even put a big old crane here or something in future. I don't really know. Although, I think a big crane and a storage yard would work really well, because we've actually got the rail on both sides, so it could kind of look like it's loading up the rail. I don't know. But either way, we'll figure out something with this area later. And this bit here, what I I'm going to actually do is have like a little bit of connector rail. So I think I'm going to use some of the narrow gauge and have that just come up and into this building, and then just have like a train stopper type thing here. Just as if this is somewhere it comes in to pick up and load from, although it's actually going to be loading from the bottom floor. But I reckon that's going to look quite cool. In this room here, I've just got kind of like a mezzanine floor type section, which, to be honest, I don't even know if I'm going to do anything with, because we just need to build a small farm down here and then have a collection point down here. It shouldn't be too difficult. And as this is a block we don't even need loads of, I'm probably just going to have the 1 volt of it down here, and that'll pretty much do it. And that does mean that this area here we can use for whatever we want, which is a bit of a concern because I don't have any ideas yet. We could even make it a small storage yard just for the trains. We could build a couple more of the tiny train engines, maybe a spare cart or two, and sort of have those scattered about on some track maybe. Who knows? But we'll come back to that later. For now, I want to get the things together to build the farm. And as I say, it is pretty much going to be the same as what the limestone farm was. So we just need some drills. We need some other create bits and bobs. Nothing too fancy, apart from one thing, which is very, very fancy. And that is chocolate. We need to make ourselves some chocolates. So let's head back to the kitchen at Beardstone Valley and see what we can rustle up. And I'll tell you what, while we're back there as well, I think I'm going to make my little train a little bit more stylish finally, because, well, we've got a design now that we could potentially use. But yeah, I'm kind of sick of driving around this horrible, nasty little thing. Oh, easy now. And if I'm honest, I'm a little bit jealous of Foxy's DeLorean. Now, how do we make chocolate? So we need sugar, we need cocoa beans, and we need milk. This should be fairly easy then. We just need to heat that. Okay. So sugar, that's easy. Don't know how many cocoa beans I've got though. 2. Okay, we're definitely going to need more of these. That's easy enough though. Let's just do this. So a stack of cocoa beans should be absolutely fine. Now we just need a bunch of buckets and a cow. Hello. Look at that, all the milk. It's said to use a heated one of these, so this is probably going to be our best bet. So if we chuck in all of those and all of... That did not pan out. Let's try that again, and all of those. Oh, okay. I'm going to need to remove the iron nuggets. Let's quickly do that. So, cocoa beans, sugar. Oh, I've done it again. Sugar, no. Sugar. There we go, 3rd time's the charm. Milk. And heat. And that gives us chocolates. Look at that glorious chocolate. Num, 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 num. So let's just grab a bunch of these. So I've got all my chocolate and lava. Now I just need to get all the create bits and bobs we need to make the farm. And I know I've got way more chocolate than I need, but there's a reason for that, which will become clear later. I believe I have everything I need for the farm, so let's fix this train. And to be honest, I think I'm going to make it look pretty much identical to the tiny train we've got down at the mining town, because I think it just works. I've just got to try and remember roughly how it goes. Doesn't have to be perfect. What have I done? What have I done? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's better than it was. It'll do for now. Let's just crack on with what we're supposed to be doing, shall we? What is this thing, honestly? Now, with this farm, we are going to be taking a very similar approach to what we did with the other one. So let's get a belt in first. We'll just have that go to there. Then we'll get some chutes in and some drills up behind them. So we're probably going to have to remove this window that's kind of in the way. And then we need some encased chain drives around the back here, and this pole's going to have to go. And as we learned from the last farm, we're going to need a bunch of hoppers as well, so let's get those in. We need to get some power up into the building as well, so maybe we can sneak that into one of these corners here and just feed it through the wall. I think that's going to be a good bet. So we've got power up here, I just need to transfer it to the drills. And there we go, that was nice and easy. And I think what we'll do is once again the same as we did on the other side. So we'll just stick a couple of funnels in here. Let's stick one there and one there. And then we need to figure out exactly where the train is. So it's around here somewhere. Let's stick down a station for it. So I'd say it's pretty much in the right position already, to be honest. Can we put a station on the corner here? I don't see that being a problem. Let's just hide it over here. Right, so that is now in position. So we need it to be here, I think. Stick that on there, and beautiful, look at that, perfect link. So let's just get that a little bit more attached. So I reckon if we have this come up like this at an angle, then we can put a big old vault here. It should be able to stretch this far back just fine, and it will go up 3. Couple of chutes there, look at that. But I do need a bunch more vaults as always, so let's make some of those. So just a single vault should be fine for that. So I think now we just need to build up the actual top bit here, get the lava and chocolate in, and that's the entire farm. Once again, massive building for absolutely no reason. But hey, if we can get it looking good, that's what matters, right? Probably not, but that's what we're doing anyway. So for containing these things, we are going to use the framed glass, but I learned something. But what I learned is instead of putting these framed glass inside these framed trapdoors, if we actually make proper framed glass trapdoors, when you place these ones actually connect and just generally look a lot better. So not only are we going to use those on this farm, I'm going to quickly replace the ones on the other farm as well. So if we get rid of these and do that, oh, that's much better. Get rid of this mess as well. So we're going to need trapdoors here. So a glass chamber like this should work a treat. Let's get the chocolate in. Tasty, tasty chocolate. And then if we put the lava in behind, then we should start getting loads of scoria. Look at that. So now the machine's working. I guess it's time to make he look nice. And for that, I'm going to start over here with some rails. So did I bring it with me? I think I did. Certainly did. Right. What do we want to do here? So we'll put a nice shallow slope in there and get that connected up. So I think just something like that would do. And then we'll put some form of train stopper at the end here. And we're probably going to put a couple of sort of decorative crate type things over here, just to make it look like this is a bit of a loading area. Although, to be honest, we could just put a big old pile of scoria there. That could look quite nice, actually, and then have, like, a loading train thing here. But either way, we've got lots of detailing to do on the inside of that building and on the outside. So I guess it's going to be time for another beardy... Wait a minute. Let's get rid of that. But I think it's time for another beardy montage. The music, I think we are actually done, at least for now. So outside here, I've just added a little bit of storage over this side. Doesn't actually store anything, obviously. And then we've got a little bit more out the front here, but I have left this bit empty because I think I do want to add a crane of some sort in future, but that won't be happening today, sadly. And on the inside here, I really like how this entranceway has come out. We've got this nice little track that's coming up. We've got the little loading carts and a big pile of scoria in the entranceway here. And I think even just the little touches of having some in the floor just makes it look like there's been spillages everywhere. But I really like how that room's come out. And on this side, I've just tidied up the actual sort of factory machine type bit of it, but you can still see what's going on from this side. And with this vault, I have put some chocolate in it, but I made another 43 buckets, and that took forever. But maybe we'll be able to get some more in there in future when it doesn't take quite so long. I haven't done anything with the mezzanine floor up there, and downstairs is just the vault and so on. But I have actually put in a receiver, so when the vault gets full, it will turn this machine off now as well, which is good. We want to be saving power when we're not using it. The last thing I still need to do in this sort of area is to continue this path down here. We're probably going to have to carve out a little bit of the cliff there to make that happen, and we've got lots of tidying up around this area to do. But I think I'm going to wait until next episode, because next episode we're going to be building up a big cliff around the front here and basically creating a big area over here where we can build our sand factory. But I think for today I'm done building. There's something else I really want to do and I've been meaning to do, so about 10 episodes or so ago, maybe even more, I don't really know anymore, I've lost count, but we went to an ancient city and there were no chests, like literally none whatsoever. It was no good to us. And what with this being a mountainous area with loads of caves everywhere, my thinking is hopefully we can maybe find another ancient city. They tend to spawn under mountains, apparently. So I'm going to go and empty my inventory, grab a few bits and bobs and make sure we're prepared, and certainly make sure we've got enough torches and a hoe with us. And we're going to see if we can find ourselves another ancient city and stay away from those big nasty boys. You know the ones. So I think I'm prepared. I've got a hoe, I've got a bed so I can set a spawn nearby when we do find an ancient city, and I've got my drill for a backup, just in case we don't find a cave that goes down and actually finds one. We can just drill through, well, this whole area, really. This whole area is mountainous, so we can just run the drill until we eventually do find one. At least that's the plan. Got deep dark. No way. We found a city straight away. There's a path straight down here, pretty much. In fact, if you look at the minimap, look where we are. We're pretty much directly under our base. Right, we've got a respawn set. Let's go do this. Oh, we've got chests this time. Excellent. Let's try and find ourselves some swift sneak. Oh, and we completed a quest as well. Right, we've got a shrieker right there. Okay, we're okay. Swift Sneak 1, not quite what we're after. Easy now. Right, I see another chest over there. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 It's okay. That was the first one. Oh. Okay, right. I've just set off the second one already. Not good. Do you see any more chests anywhere? Maybe I should get down onto that walkway. Oh, that's a nasty boy. Okay, I heard a warden. There he is. I see ya. Oh no, my jetpack just ran out. It's okay, it's okay. We've got more fuel. I think the jetpack's the only thing that's going to keep me alive up here. Oh, go away. Go away. We don't need you here. Okay, I think he's gone. Nope. I can't see. Can't see. Run, 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 run. Ah, we found it. Oh, and he's found us. I see him. Ooh. My hands are so sweaty right now. Oh, jeez, the jump scares in this place. Don't need this. Oh, spooky boy in lava. No, no, I don't need that on top of everything else. That was that thing. Oh, now they're spawning up there as well. I need to get out of here. I've got my Swift Sneak. I've got some enchanted apples. Now I'm just trapped in the ceiling. There's wardens everywhere because I did this kind of smash and grab technique, so I've made a right mess of this place. Oh, and there's wardens everywhere. Nowhere is safe. I need to find a way out. I mean, I could just dig straight up, I guess. You know what? That's not such a bad plan. Let's run away. Oh, freedom. No! Almost freedom. Okay. Now we have freedom. Well, my palms are sweaty and my pants need changing, but despite that, we've made it back. And we managed to get some pretty good stuff. We've got some books I don't really know what they do, such as lava waxed and potato recovery. I mean, I can read what they do, but I don't have the things they apply to. I've also managed to get gravity gun. I literally have no idea what that one does at all. But most importantly, I've managed to get Swift Sneak 3. We've actually got a few of them and a couple of Swift Sneak 1s as well. And we also got the digging enchant, which is great because it means we can finally make use of our drill. But as well as all that, we also got 4 enchanted apples, which is lovely. So yes, I'd say overall, very successful trip. So I'm going to be applying Swift Sneak straight away. What was this? Okay, yeah, so the diamond leggings we found were almost as good as ours, but not quite. But Swift Sneak, that's what we want. Oh, now look at me go. I'm a quick, sneaky boy. Amazing. Which means when we build our cliff line round here next episode, it should be a lot easier now we can do the quick walk. Sadly, that's all we've got time for today. Apologies, it was a slightly shorter episode than usual, but I've only got about an hour left to get this wrapped up before I leave home for the weekend. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.